Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1828. 1828. I'm your host, Mike Matthews, and this is
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And we are broadcasting from Podcastro Valleyton. Today isn't this great. You are probably asleep because I'm doing this late. I was at a game today called hockey. And people throw this thing around, this thing called a pucky, and it hits people in the face. No, it doesn't, because I got this net up around the
Mike's Daily Podcast
stadium. It's fascinating watching hockey, but you know what? I think I ate a little too much because I had a bit of
Mike's
a food coma
Daily
there in San Jose
Podcast
after a game of the, not the Sharks, but the Barracuda. Their expansion team, I think is what they call it. I don't know. But I got a chance to walk around San Jose a little bit today. Let me say, if I had all the time in the world and a stomach that could handle more than one beer, I would just not ever leave San Jose. A lot of beer in that town. Lots. And there's, what is that other thing? I smelt a lot of the herb in the wind as I walked about. And it looks like there's some expensive restaurants there too, but all in all, it was a fun day in San Jose. I have not been there that often of late, but it would usually be my first stop when I would come up to the Bay Area when I was living down in the Ventura County area. I'd come up to San Jose. Usually I had a friend that I'd see in the Sunnyvale area, and then we go to San Jose. And at one point I thought, hey, I want to move to San Jose. But then someone told me, no, you don't want to live there because the dirt and the wind. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of dirt and wind in San Jose because it's a desert. No, there's no dirt and wind. I don't know what that guy was talking about.
And here's today's podcast picture.
I don't know. Maybe there's a little dirt or wind. What is it? The thing is, the guy talked me out of it right at the beginning of the Silicon Valley days, when all of a sudden, had I gotten in on the ground level, I'd be a billionaire. But I'm not a billionaire, and that's all right. I don't want to be a billionaire. That's a lot of billions. Hey, I did read something interesting today. I found fascinating, and the podcast picture today is fascinating. It's when I took my wonderful dog, Basil the Boxer, over to this area called Miller Knox Park. It's near Point Richmond in the Richmond area, and it feels so undiscovered there. I mean, there's a lot of people there, but it feels still undiscovered, if that's possible. And Basil and I went on one of our walks then. But I just feel that you need to check it out, Miller Knox, and check out the picture at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Hey, somebody today called the phone number, which you can call 336-MM-DAILY, but they didn't leave a message. So I just expect them to be a robot, a robocall. 336-MM-DAILY, though, if you'd like to give me a call and tell me what you think about, I don't know, hockey, San Jose, people that smoke a lot of herb. Oh, hey, though, I did get down to San Jose using public transportation, and one thing I discovered that I found a little bit interesting is, well, you take this bus called the 181 to get from Warm Springs down to San Jose. It connects you up. I think it's part of the VTA, which, by the way, is also a bit of a abbreviation for what we call Ventura, where I used to live eons ago. Hey, so back to this VTA thing, though. What's cool is soon, Warm Springs will not be the furthest south that you can go on BART. It's going to possibly be Milbrae. No, Milpitas. Not Milbrae. Well, that's on the other side of the bay. But no, Milpitas, named after tiny little corn stalks Milpitas, tiny corn, I think is where that comes from. There was a lot of corn grown in that area of the wonderful area. I've used that word 18 times today. Of the bay, of the East Bay, heading down towards the South Bay, and then over towards Silicon Valley Bay and all that bay. But that Milpitas is going to be where the next stop for BART is going to be, and they've got a station already built, and I drove past it today when I was in the bus, and I was thinking soon I won't have to ride this damn bus all the way up to the Warm Springs. I'll be able to stop right here at Milpitas. Woohoo. Mike, you have a car. Why don't you drive down to San Jose? And I say to you, I live in the Bay Area with quite an extensive public transportation system. I'm going to use it because I've lived in places that had crappy public transportation places. Not even you'd have to, like, you'd catch one bus to get you from one side of town to the other, and that one bus left at exactly, I don't know, like some awkward, odd, whatever time, like 1:12 in the afternoon. You have to get on that bus at 1:12, or you missed it and forget about it. And the lonely bus driver drives on. Hey, let me ask you a question, my friend that's listening to this podcast. Thank you. MikesDailyPodcast.com is the website, of course, where you can find out all the places you can listen to the show. Possibly you'll even see a picture of Basil the Boxer, which I know you're interested in doing because he is a cool-looking chap. Yes, Basil. Thanks for being here at Cafe Anyway, Basil. The thing is, what do you think about these people that, like, okay, you are in dire straits. Okay, you've got something going on. Let's say, I don't know, your house is sinking into a massive hole. And you got a friend, and the friend goes, well, I do have a crane out in the back of my house that I'm not even using. Do you want me to go get it so that we can pull your house out of the hole? Why was that even a question? How are you supposed to respond to that? Yeah. That's, of course, the cliche. Yeah. Or perhaps, well, now would be a time to use that crane you're not using. I am now thinking of the movie Sure Thing with John Cusack. Where is it? Oh, what was her name? As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. She went on to some fame on Melrose Place. Can't think of her name at the moment, but she said, well, my daddy gave me a credit card that, but I'm only supposed to use it in emergencies. And there they are, they're stranded on the side of the road. Do you think this is an emergency? And John Cusack's like, yeah. So why do people even, if they're offering help, frame it in a question like that? Do you want me to go do that? It's like, well, I don't know. You just spent 20 seconds explaining how you could solve the situation with just a snap of your fingers. And I think maybe since you've gotten us this far in with that much of an explanatoriness, with that much explanatory, with that much explanation, then we damn well should be doing it. Why are you even phrasing it as a question? It is a thing. Is Mike saying there are stupid questions and contradicting himself that there are no stupid questions, just stupid people? And I guess I don't know. But yes, there are stupid questions, and that is one, and don't ask it. But you should be inquisitive and ask a lot of questions and be curious. And, ask your friends, do you say the word area too much? And find out if they do. Because that's an important question. No, it's a stupid question. Don't even ask it. Hey, look who's out here. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. I talked to your lovely lady friend last show. Yes, you did. And you were in the podcast picture, the drawing last podcast, and you were telling me about how you sell toupees now at Cafe Anyway. I think toupees are great, and I think your gift shop is awesome. No, you don't, Mike Matthews. Oh, well then, toothpay. Or touche. Or anyhay, Milbray. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. I enjoyed how in the last show you were frightened by your lovely lady friend. I found it offensive.
But if you get offended, that's the way the cookie crumbles. No.
That is just the way the cookie crumbles. And why I cannot, for some reason... Next show, it's going to be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Here's a tip. Don't do your podcast after 10:30 at night. It just leads to all kinds of randomness. And then you start snorting like a pig live on your podcast. Hey, it's the Pig Podcast. Ooh, K-Pig. Now that's a joy. Hey, that was the name of the last... No, 2 podcasts ago. The K-Pig Show, K-Pig Radio, I mean, now is carried in the Bay Area on AM 1510. And, of course, it's down in the Carmel, Monterey, Santa Cruz area on the FM signal. What is it? Oink? Oh, 107 Oink 5. I think that's what they say. Or Oink 3, I forget. So there, that's a little thing. And that's a great thing, too, at the same time, because I got to listen to it today, and I heard Galileo by the Indigo Girls. King of Insight, King of Night Vision, that Galileo was. Okay, let's end the show. Thanks for listening. Next show, hopefully we'll get to tomorrow, if all goes well. Good night.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!